Well, we're back here at the Staples Center because for the third time in these 2021 playoffs, the LA Clippers would not let their season come to an end. Monday night's win, the latest victory when facing elimination, so they get a shot at Game 6 on their home floor. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, they've had a lot of big road wins during the playoffs. One against the Lakers, two against Denver. Game 4 here against the Clippers. Can they get another one in advance to the finals? Alley-oop, Paul, right on target to Mikal Bridges. Jay Crowder hits a three. And the Suns, Mark, they need some other players to start knocking down consistent shots. Their offense has been up and down in this series. An answer, three-pointer the other way. As Chris Paul, who has struggled from downtown here in this series, puts Phoenix back up by 3. Paul has to hoist up the three-pointer, rattles it in. Chris Paul once again from downtown.
You see the little sending a message to Marcus Cousins and Chris Paul, a little love between the two of them.
It's only the 7th game in the playoffs he's played as Chris Paul hits that mid-range jumper. Nader, little Euro step, had it knocked out of his hands.
And it's the high pick and roll defense that gives Cousins a little problem, as we see Saric with another 3. So at one end being very productive, but the pick and roll defense is challenging.
Chris Paul in much better rhythm here in Game 6. Paul's got 10 points, 3 assists. Crowder drills another. Jay Crowder suddenly hot from downtown. His 3rd of the first half. He's got 13 points. Booker, step back jumper. That won't go. Fight for the rebound. Craig and Ayton. Ayton comes away. Back to Booker. Crowder, another open look for 3. It's good. Jay Crowder's come alive. 16 points here in the first half.
I don't understand why a player would go on social media. I don't see how that benefits you. No, but why would you go on there if you know it's 90% negative as Paul hits a mid-ranger? Why would you go on?
Paul to Ayton in a crowd. Ayton lays it up and in. Nice soft touch from the big man.
Chris Paul threw it high, and then Ayton kept it high.
Paul gets in the paint, floats it up, shot is good. Chris Paul able to knock it down. He's got 14 points. Booker uses the screen beautifully and flushes. Timeout Clippers. Devin Booker aggressively attacks the rim, and the lead is 13 for the Suns. Paul tied up, gets Bridges. Bridges off the glass.
Such a good cutter. Just a sense of timing, right through the dotted circle, and good feed by Paul.
Chris Paul left open, has plenty of time, three-pointer, that's good. Paul from downtown, nobody was near him. Chris Paul one-on-one with Cousins. Shot clock at 7. Paul, little shake and bake, drives past him, left-handed layup, it's good. Gorgeous move from Paul, and then Cousins knocks into Paul. Are they going to call a foul on that? Cousins just shaking his head. Paul with 4 to shoot. Paul puts up a 3. Puts it in. Chris Paul from downtown. And the lead back to 15. Minute gone by here in the 4th. Paul to the basket. Lays it up and in. Chris Paul looking to make his first NBA Finals in his 16th year in the league. Paul gets inside. Looks back, nobody near him. Hits the jumper. 26 for Paul, and the lead up to 18. There's the screen set by Ayton. Paul, pull-up jumper. Puts it in. Chris Paul does it again. And the Clippers need timeout. It's a 20-point lead here in the 4th quarter.
When they cut it to 7, Chris Paul responded. Here, gets right to his spot. Little fade, mid-ranger, and then snakes behind the backboard. Batum and Cousins have a miscommunication, and he gets the practice shot. The Suns are rolling, up 20.
Terrence Mann right up into Chris Paul. Booker comes to get it. Booker drives inside. Oh, gorgeous move from Devin Booker. He's got 20. Paul step back three-pointer, puts it in, and the foul. Chance for a 4-point play. Chris Paul now with 31 points and 7 assists.
Upset at what happened on the last play. Paul George took him down one-on-one, returns the favor. CP3 and the foul. Big time effort by Chris Paul, sensing the ability, the opportunity to go to the NBA Finals and making play after play.
The last clinching game that he played in was Game 4 in Denver to complete the sweep. He had 37 in that game, and right after that, that's when he tested positive and missed the first 2 of this series. Paul to Ayton. Ayton drives down, flips it up and in. 16 points and now 17 rebounds for Ayton. And this is the largest lead of the game. Paul gets inside, flips it up and in. Chris Paul dominating right now. 115-92 with under 6.5 to play. Paul for 3, puts it in. 118-92. The Suns have blown it open. 37 points for Paul.
Booker talking to the fans, understanding we've seen this movie before. We have an issue on the court right now between both teams, but Chris Paul.
Beverly and Chris Paul.
Beverly and Paul after knocking down that shot. This is now live as Beverly and Paul get into look like some kind of pushing match as the players are going to their respective benches after the timeout was called. Oh, what? I mean, that's as unsportsmanlike as it gets. Patrick Beverly losing control.
He said something, Paul said something to him, and he reacted inappropriately.
You've been chirping all series long.
Right.
Now's not the time to react that way.
Upon video review, it has been determined that Petr rejected and assessed the technical foul. Phoenix will shoot 1 free throw, and then LA's ball.
Not in the playoffs last year to an NBA Finals.
Not in the playoffs the last 10 years. That's never happened before. A team making the finals after missing the playoffs for 10 years or more. Paul putting on the finishing touches. What a performance from Chris Paul. 41 points. He has waited his entire career to make the finals. In his 16th year at age 36, he will play for the NBA championship starting next week.
And looking at the Clippers bench, gets a technical foul for looking and talking to the Clippers bench. But he didn't want to dwindle down the clock and wait for subs to come in. He wants a knockout punch.
No, he wanted that technical.
You know, with the Suns, not only have they not made the playoffs in the past 10 years, 0 playoff appearances, just 1 winning season. And they had some brutal seasons, winning 19 games, 21 games, 23 games. Last year, they turned it around a bit as Coffey misses the technical free throw by going 8-0 in the bubble. You could see things were starting to change, young talent. And then they added Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, and this has been a dream season for the Phoenix Suns. And it's not over yet. Both coaches emptying the benches. So much emotion for Chris Paul. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday. And now he's going to be able to play for the NBA championship. Chris Paul back-to-back rounds with brilliant performances. Again, he had 37 in the clincher against Denver in the second round. 41 here in the clincher in the conference finals. Robert Sarver, the owner, and a disappointing ending to what was such an impressive playoff run for Paul George and the Clippers. And again, the injuries too much to overcome, as were the Suns too much to overcome. The Western Conference Finals are done. The Phoenix Suns, for the first time in 28 years, are going back to the NBA Finals.
Chris, I know you're all over the place right now. Chris Paul is in the NBA Finals. What do you think when you hear that sentence?
Man, it sounds damn good. Damn good. It's been a lot of work, man. A lot of work. Going to a new team, everybody staying the course. That team fight hard. T. Lue, unbelievable coach. Chauncey Billups, my big brother, so many ties to that team. But damn, this feels good.
Chris, in this game, there was a point the Clippers cut it to 7. You then scored 14 of 16 points on your way to 41 for the game. What kind of mission were you on?
Don't lose. Don't lose mission. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that feel good. I wish my son and my family come down here I don't know, man. It's just a lot of emotions, a lot of injuries. I was getting an MRI yesterday on my wrist. A lot of shit going on. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I just want to get over there with my team, Rach. Respect, appreciate you.
I'll talk to you when I give you the trophy. How about that? Back to you, Mike.